decision maker. Yeah.
And just a minute or two here for the players to get warmed up before the start of the game. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, and thanks for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForce reporting courtside. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Kawhi Leonard.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Chris Middleton is out there with Song. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's George in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, the pair up front, that'll be Collins and Zubac. Filling the perimeter slots are Dunn and Leonard. And it's Harden in at the point. So, Greg, when you're in the first game of a back-to-back, how much focus slips into already looking towards the second game?
Well, from a player's perspective, not much. But from the view of a coach, it has to creep in some in terms of making sure you don't overplay your stars.
Now, here's Dunn. Zubac with the screen for Harden to the inside. Count that bucket.
Boy, Harden's so clever at reading pick-and-roll situations. I mean, that pass is second nature to him.
And Middleton kicks to Johnson. Pass to Song. Middleton outside. From outside the arc. And he's good on the three ball.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside Leonard. Dunn outside. George against Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, yeah, Kawhi Leonard. There's still some life left in those limbs.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Koulibaly with it. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And this is the second full season for Brian Keefe as head coach of the Wizards.
Even in a rebuild, setting culture matters. Keefe's approach, accountability, teaching, and no shortcuts.
Clock at 4. The three from Harden. Good on the triple.
Every opportunity he gets, Harden will take that. He's very efficient from range.
Collins against Middleton. Baseline jumper, and they pick up 2. Middleton's got 5 points so far. And here is Los Angeles now. Dunn passes to Zubac. Back to Dunn. Zubac with the screen for Dunn. Takes the 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Well, in that one, you could pretty much see the writing on the wall. Their performance was lackluster at best.
Yeah, they looked distracted, far off, distant. I mean, it seemed like their heart wasn't in it to try to win that game.
And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Washington. Right side, Collins. Over Middleton. Again, Los Angeles.
And let the big man eat. It's clear that Collins loves getting these kinds of scoring opportunities.
Back to Middleton. This one for 3. His second miss, now 2 of 4 in the game. And it's Leonard, top of the key. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
That strong upper body of Kawhi's really helps him around the basket.
Johnson outside. Collins grabs the miss.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And it's Dunn in the corner. Over Koulibaly. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Well, I tell you, it's awesome, absolutely awesome to see Dunn work in his effective mid-range jam. So sharp, so accurate, so timely.
For 3, Middleton drops in the tray. Middleton's got 8 points.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. And then for Washington, Champagne's checked in, and Carlton Carrington subbed in for Coulibaly. .146 left to play in the first. Pass to Christie. Over in the corner, Batum. Back to Christie. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Sinks the three-pointer.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And it's sent back by Lopez. To the middle. Here's Batum. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Bouncing up with ease, Batum skilled at finishing with power at the rack.
Wizards trail by 8. Here's Carrington. And a miss there on the triple. LA's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Good on the bucket.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
He was all alone on that one.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Batum inside. Pass to Christie. Launches it. Hits it from three-point range.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Washington passes to Sanders. Here's Lopez. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And we'll be right back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Brook Lopez is out there with Batum. Then there's Christie. Then it's Harden. And it's Sanders in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Wizards trail by 16. There's no question, Clark, Tyronn Lue has been a stabilizing presence for this Clippers organization.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Ty Lue has fostered a really strong culture and has navigated some, testy, difficult situations, which is why he's already viewed as one of the best coaches in franchise history.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Wizards making a switch here. Cooper's checked in. And Clark, something fundamental to good offense, but so often overlooked, the art of setting a terrific screen.
I tell you, a screen set well can do a lot for your offense and even for the screener. But it comes down to timing as well as footwork. You got to be able to set that screen legally, and then the ability to get out of the screen quickly is so important as well as the correct angle.
Here's Sanders. The kick out to Lopez. Back to Sanders. Down low, and the dunk by Lopez.
Nice job that time. Really an excellent job from Lopez to find the right angle to get the feed off the pick and roll.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Riley. Puts it up from 12. Count it. Riley's got 5 points now in the quarter. And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for John Collins.
And you can't get too wrapped up in the numbers, but sure, his rebounding volume has indeed been decreasing. Is that a function of physicality, alterations to playing style? Possibly. One thing for certain, you hope the decline isn't attributed to a lack of effort.
And the shot goes down. Leonard's got 6.
You know, a little bit of contact will not bother Leonard at all. I mean, he's so strong as a player. It's part of the deal for him.
Pass to Middleton. Again, the Wizards score.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, the Clippers remain scrappy. James Harden said in order for us to have a chance, we have to bring it every single night. One thing about this team, we're all happy for each other. It can be anybody's turn on a given night. Nobody's going to be upset, and even when we lose, we're still happy for each other. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Middleton outside. And he banks in the layup. He's got 12.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
As James' career has gone on, Clark, he has crept his way up the all-time scorers list.
Yeah, it's kind of been a low-key stealth march, if you will. I mean, as long as he stays healthy, I think he's going to end up cracking the top 10 in all-time assists and maybe even go higher up that list.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Here's Sanders. Rebound by the Wizards. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
Here is Harden after the basket by Washington. Lopez, a screen on Middleton. Leonard, and he gets the bucket. Leonard's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Lopez. John Collins comes in for Christie. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Sanders. And Chris Dunn subbed in for James Harden. Then for the Wizards, Sarr comes in for Marvin Bagley. And it's Johnson in for Carlton Carrington. Got that one up quick.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Dunn outside. Back to Leonard. 1:27 left now here in the second. Zubac, no good.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
George against Batum. In the corner, it's Sarr. Offline with his 3. Clippers leading by 14. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. A 3 from Leonard. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And stolen by Dunn. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
And let's give Ivica Zubac his flowers right now. A tremendous finisher. He's become really one of the better two-way big guys in the association.
The free throw drops for Zubac. Well, with Zubats, obviously, Clark, you're getting strength, but he's underrated when it comes to skill. Good passer and nice ball skill.
Kevin, I like his little jump hook in the post. He's got a nice little touch with the push shot in there. He can get it done anywhere in the paint. You know, he knows exactly when to look for and take his shots. His IQ playing inside is as good as it gets.
Here's Koulibaly. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. 5 on the clock. Goes up with a stripe, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
On the wing, George. Pass to Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
I'm joined by Clippers head coach Ty Lue. And coach, when Kawhi Leonard comes out like he has tonight, what's the overall impact?
It impacts our team. I think, everything opens up. Guys are less on edge. And when he starts like this, it gives us a great momentum going into the game. So we like what he's doing right now. Now we got to build on it.
When you have a player like that, you follow his lead. Thanks, coach.
All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Welcome, everybody. Let's get right to it. It's been nothing short of a tremendous challenge for the Washington Wizards.
You can do everything else, but if you don't take care of the boards, well, you know what I'm going to say.
Your goose is cooked? You're in hot water? Any of those?
Where were you born, Ernie?
And time now to swing it around as we take a look at the upcoming schedule.
And looking at the Kings matchup, coin toss. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction. This game goes to the last shot.
Jetstradamus. We're going to have to keep a tally of the predictions by you two. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Clippers. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Bilal Koulibaly. Alexander Sarr is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Keyshawn George. And it's Johnson in at the point.
Zubats doesn't look for that mid-range shot a lot, but when he does, he's pretty efficient with it.
One thing you can say about this Clippers organization, GA, resources will never be a problem.
Yeah, passionate and deep-pocketed leadership. You throw in the market size, and even if they're not the glamour franchise in LA, they're no longer resigned to second fiddle.
And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Washington. Collins dishes to Harden. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubats. Kicks it out to Collins. Just 2 to shoot. No good on that one. Wizards trail by 17. Johnson outside. Back to Middleton. Koulibaly with the screen for Middleton. And the three off target.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pass to Dunn. Fires for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Dunn's got 5 points so far.
When you're on your spots, you should be ready to fire. And just look at how quickly Dunn got that one off. Nice job.
And stolen by Leonard. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Ooh, that's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Buries it from three-point range. He has 5.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Zubac, a screen on Johnson. Great open look there.
They knew this was coming. Harden can't just let that last 3 go. Way too competitive for that.
Pass to Coulibaly. Johnson sets the screen for Coulibaly. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, Kevin. James Harden is very comfortable at the controls of the Clippers offense, and Coach Ty Lue said he sees the game how I see it, from a point guard's point of view, a coach's point of view, how teams are playing us defensively, how we can capitalize and take advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
A tremendous IQ. Wow. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Johnson outside. Back to Middleton. The tray. And again, Washington no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now here's Leonard. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. 2 on the clock. It's hauled in by George. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Sarr gets the bucket.
This is where Sarr wants to be, right under the hoop, within easy reach of the basket.
You know, GA, you just can't say enough about the skill set of young Trey Johnson.
I mean, this guy came into the league ready. I really like how he gets to his shot, regardless of what the defense throws at him. And he can be dangerous if his defense gets to the same level as his own.
And here is Johnson. James Harden getting it to go from deep. George against Leonard. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Another big night in the career of Kawhi. What a devastating player he is. Fun to watch, too.
Coulibaly against Dunn. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Yeah, near the hoop, he's an absolute monster.
And finished off by Collins.
He's conniving, creative, pacing, spacing, all of that on display. Incredible in the pick and roll.
There's 1:17 left to play in the third. Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Johnson. And a slam dunk by Johnson.
And everybody out of the way. I mean, clear the lane. We've got some rims to rattle.
What a sensational play to get to the rack for the slam.
Strong interior move. Aggressive, assertive, and effective.
How about the effort from Harden, pushing past the contact inside?
Johnson kicks to George. Collins against Middleton. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Middleton rolling. Not only are the shots continuing to come, most of them are falling too.
And stolen by Sarr. Here's Johnson. Banked in off the glass. Johnson's got 9. Clippers leading by 23. Here's Leonard. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. You know, he's been one of those players, they've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Wizards have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Carrington off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pass to Sanders. Gets it off. Beats the buzzer. Wow!
That's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. And let's take a listen now to Coach Tyronn Lue.
Keep attacking, all right? Nah, come on, be aggressive, all right? Let's move the ball, let's swing the ball, move body, drive and kick, all right?
While staying focused on the task at hand, you heard it in Coach Lue's voice, urging his guys on.
All about focus and how you execute at this point. Tough to beat.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Batuma's out there with Brown. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Sanders. And it's Christie in at the point guard. Here's Sanders. Misses the three.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Here's Brown, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Pass to Bagley. To the paint, and finished off by Bagley.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. But it sure does look good.
Here's Christie. A three-pointer, no good. Into the lane, and Riley gets it to go.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Christie can't make it. Wizards have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Carrington, and that one good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
A shot by Champagny, no good. Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions. Only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
Here's Carrington. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Clippers?
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
And the other thing that stands out is just how well they have moved the ball. Everyone's touching it and having a chance to create.
Here's Carrington. Pass to Coulibaly. Now Sarr. Over Lopez. And Lopez pulls it down. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Batum against George. A fader. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Batum's got 4 points in the quarter.
And, you know, as much as he loves the three, Batum pretty reliable from mid-range, too.
Middleton the pass to George. Now Sarr.
2 minutes.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Brook Lopez. And the big fella Alex Sarr showing promise. Greg especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game, and has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
The first one falls. And you look at the G League's impact on player development, Greg, it's become very significant.
And I think the two-way contract was a great addition as well, allowing players to contribute with the big league team while also developing in the G League. What a great combination.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Wizards.
One big thing you love about Alex Sarr, he's got that 7'4" wingspan, and as he gets older, he'll fill out that frame plus add to his game.
Great use of the screen. That's how you practice it and draw it up.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Middleton. And he dunks it down.
And you know, with Middleton, once he gets himself going, he's really hard to slow down because he's got really good size, a great stroke, and has become more skilled not only as a shooter but a ball handler.
And that one drops.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And they really took control of the first two games in this series by keeping the pressure on. The win here tonight will move them to 2-0 with just one left here to go against the Wizards.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Boy, I loved his approach. Businesslike, methodical, highly productive. When they needed points, he was the one that got them.
Stolen by Middleton. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Christie with it. George picks him up. Lopez kicks to Sanders. Puts up a three. Rebound, Washington. On the wing, Koulibaly. Pass to Middleton. Here's George. He's covered by Brown. A nice shot by George.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
For three. Misses the shot. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
James, congratulations on a big win, but I ask you this. Where does this team need to continue to grow?
Our backbone, what we're going to rely on is our defense, and it's on us now defensively to be able to lock up, be able to communicate, and be able to sustain it for full quarters. And once we get that at a high level and consistently, it's going to be a problem.
Thanks, James. Back to you.
Terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Allie LaForce and my colleagues here at the table, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.